from zero to hero on the grind.
Today we have a multi-faceted individual that transitioned from modeling into runway coach, and now he is celebrated as a makeup artist for celebrities. Welcome to Daye Xperience.
What's going on?
Could you start by sharing a brief story of how you started and what made you get into makeup?
Yikes, that was so long ago, 2013, 14. Okay, so I was working at American Apparel at the time as a manager. And I think it was around Christmas time or a little bit before Christmas, and my GM sent everybody on vacation, and I was working there 7 days straight, no days off, opening and closing the store. So I was just like, you know what? I need a new job. Like, I can't do this. Like, the money wasn't good. If anybody worked at American Apparel, you know they weren't paying. Like, I was a key holder. I think I was getting paid $12 or $13 an hour.
Wait, he sent everybody on vacation?
Like the managers, the managers were on vacation. So I was the only one opening and closing.
Oh, so everybody but you.
Everybody but me. So I was just like, this is wild. And my mom was like, are you serious? Like, what kind of, you went to school for this for what? So fast forward, I had a friend that worked at the Mac store in Times Square. Okay. And, I was telling her, I really want to leave my job. I'm not happy. And she was just like, all right, well, give me a couple of days. Let me see what I could do. She had a conversation with her store manager, and her store manager had me come in for just an in-person meetup. So I came in, I had an all black, I had a burgundy tie, I'll never forget. And he said to me, he was like, do me a favor, go home and come back in solid black. I had on burgundy Converses with a burgundy tie, and I had on all black everywhere else.
But this is for a job? What made you put Converses on?
So I was working in American Apparel, and that was the thing. It was Converses, okay. You know what I mean? Like big sweaters, that was the style at the time. And I just, I thought it was cool, but he wasn't with it. I didn't know at the time, makeup artists and hairstylists were in solid black. I didn't know that was their uniform. So I came back, and he scheduled an in-person interview. It was him and another person. They interviewed me. It was great. The interview was great. Then I had a second interview. Then I had a third interview. I'm just like, yo, am I getting this job or what? Three interviews? Yeah, for Mac in Times Square before they closed. They're closed now. But I had a third interview, and I remember I was laid up, and I had got a phone call, and they were just like, hey, we just wanted to thank you for the process of the long process with the interviews. But unfortunately, and when they said that, my heart dropped. They were like, we would like to offer you the job. I'm like,
unfortunately, what the fuck?
When I tell you I banged it on him, when I tell you I banged that phone on that man, and he called back, he was like, oh, I'm sorry, we got disconnected. I said, no, we didn't. I hung up the phone on you. He started laughing. So that's kind of how my segue into makeup started. I started off as a cashier. Were you doing makeup already? No, I was playing in makeup, but I wasn't doing makeup. So I knew how to do my little ones and twos for myself as far as skin was concerned and male grooming. I started off as a cashier. After cashier, I think it was a year, and then they promoted me to being a makeup artist. But what people don't know is they don't actually give you training. They throw you to the wolves. Okay, you want to be a makeup artist? Go ahead, get it out there.
That's why all makeup artists literally do everything different. Cause it's no standard.
Yeah, it's no standard. And then there's some of us who go to school, but I think that there is the... I'm a strong believer in sometimes you don't need education to be educated. Yeah. I think life experiences kind of educate you. So I feel like I was a self-taught makeup artist as far as the way that I do makeup. But I think working in that environment also kind of educated me in that.
All right. So you started working at Mac for the month, basically.
Yeah, it was $18.25 an hour, 2 weeks paid vacation.
But so makeup wasn't your thing. I'm gonna do makeup, and this is what
no, it
make
wasn't.
Money off.
But what I will say is what I always kind of to this day always stood by is I always like making people feel beautiful. That was whatever way that worked for me, whether it be having conversations or helping people put things together. I always felt good about doing stuff like that. So I think makeup kind of was my calling, and I didn't know, if that makes sense.
So when you was modeling, did you do your own makeup, or do you had makeup artists that
at that time? At that time, yeah, it was. I had makeup artists doing it. I didn't know what I was doing at all. I used to have. I remember she was my high school dance teacher, and I used to have her come to some of the shows that we used to do with Taz. Yeah. And I would make her do my makeup because Taz used to hire some crazy people to do makeup, and I'm like, nah, I'm not doing this. We look insane, and she used to come do my makeup and leave. But yeah, I didn't know anything about makeup at the time.
All right. So you went from the modeling to the runway coach. What made you do the runway? Like, I know it's easy for us to walk, but for females, it's just somehow they lift their legs up. They do all types of shit when they walking, and I don't know why. Like, so it was an easy thing for easy money because the modeling industry to the runway coach.
It was an easy thing only because I think everybody liked me. Like everywhere I go, people are like kind of like drawn to me. I don't know what it is about me that people kind of like, you know, seeing me or whatever the case is. But it was easy in that regard because of the popularity thing. Like I had been modeling for a while and people knew who I was. So it was just like, it was kind of easy to kind of segue into that. And then, I don't know. I just feel like the reason why I did it wasn't even because of the money. I just felt like a lot of people needed, guidance when it came to that because I think that people look at the modeling industry, especially the modeling industry we were in, it was underground. So they don't know the difference between underground walking and then mainstream walking. When you go to these real casting calls and they're like, don't do no turns, don't do no spins. Nobody's giving them that education. Nobody is, you know, enlightening them on the difference between the two, that you have to walk with a book, like you have to actually have a portfolio, you know, those type of things. We're going on casting calls because of hearsay, like, oh bro, we about to run over here and go to this casting call real fast. We weren't getting paid for half the stuff we did.
Hell no.
No, and it was just like, we barely got pictures. It just was so many different things that I feel like we should have known that we were not educated about. So I felt like that was my duty as like a human or, you know, just a man in general to spread that light to people. Like there's a difference between the two.
So you feel like the people that was in the modeling industry back then when we was doing it was taking advantage of people sometimes? Like,
for sure.
Because it's like, I know they was getting paid to have models at most of these events.
For sure.
We were there. And we walk in, we wearing people clothes and all the rest of this, and there's no payment.
I remember we had to sell tickets sometimes.
Mad shit, like what the hell? For their show.
For their show.
Make sense.
But it's just like,
I think, nothing,
especially like.
Not even food.
No. And you're supposed to. There's supposed to be crafty something on set or whatever while we're there. It was just, I think at the time it was a lot of that type of scam going on with people. Yeah. And the person that actually was scamming us at the time is still scamming people to this day.
Maybe I seen one of the people that I was working with before.
Yeah.
This motherfucker not even dealing with models no more.
Oh no, the person I'm talking about still is dealing with models.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and still doing the same stuff. Like I came across their page the other day, and I was just like, "Wow, this is so interesting."
But how? When they have so much things out there, like people, you don't only have Model Mayhem no more. Right. You got so much things.
But remember, we were naive as well. We were dealing with that nonsense, thinking that we were going to get breaks, and this person was talking about we're going to get on TV shows. And could you imagine at that age, at 20-something years old, somebody telling you like you'll have an opportunity to get on the TV show? Of course, you're going to do anything possible to make it work. But that's why I took the time to acknowledge people or give people that knowledge about that. Like, this ain't it. This is, get your life, do whatever you got to do here, but understand that this is not the real world of modeling. This is the underground.
So why didn't it like start like your own agency and like?
I don't feel like that's what it was. I feel that wasn't my calling.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I love modeling. Even to this day, like, I love taking photos. I like being in front of the camera. That's what I do on the side. But I don't feel like it was my calling or what God called me here to do. Okay.
That makes sense. What motivated you to start your own business? And why was this venture personally important to you?
I hate working for people. That's facts. Like, I absolutely hate working for people. I think that when you work for yourself, yes, it comes with, it's like a catch-22, right? Yes. So like there's moments where you're just like, damn, where's the next dollar coming from? But then there's moments where you're making the money that you know that you're supposed to be making or you feel like you deserve to make. And that's kind of what made me want to start my own business. I just kind of wanted to be an entrepreneur, especially growing up in a Haitian household where my parents, it was just like, if you don't have a degree, you don't have a life. And watching them like struggle as adults with degrees and all of these things that they have, it's just like, if this is that formula and they're struggling, I don't want that formula.
Is both of your parents Haitian?
Yeah, both of them are parents.
Okay. Haitian, yeah. Can you tell us about your vision and mission of your business and how do you align with your personal values?
My mission for my business is to, I just want to touch people and make them feel great about themselves. I think I often say sometimes that I'm like a makeup psychologist or a makeup therapist, if you will, because it's not, when I do people's makeup, it's not just me doing their makeup. It's literally like I'm a therapist at the same time. We talk about so many different things in that hour and 30 minutes that I'm doing their makeup that it's just like I feel like I'm more than just a makeup artist for them. And the way that it aligns with my personal values is like I said, I want to feel good when I get services or I go in a place where I'm being provided services, and I want to be that person for my clients and the people that I touch on a regular basis. So,
do you think there's a such thing of too much makeup? Because a lot of females, and then their shade be all off. And if I notice as a guy, like I should have noticed that your neck is mad dark and your face is mad light. That should look mad weird. So is it like a standard for somebody to like follow, or is it?
Okay, so there's not a standard, but this is my thing. I think that we're not blind. We all can see. When you go into the store and you put a foundation on and you see that it does not match your neck, why do you leave the store with it? Or even oftentimes, like, I'm gonna be honest, like I've gone into a store and had someone foundation match me before, and it looked great in the store, but all of these beautiful white lights and all of the stuff that's going on, it's an illusion. And then I get out into the real world and it doesn't look good. So I've experienced that before myself, but I think that oftentimes either people are taking what the salesperson is saying for, like, you know, they're taking it at a high regard. They're just like, all right, cool. You know what you're talking about. If you're saying that this is my color, this is my color. But it's just like, are we blind? I don't know. Like, that is one of my pet peeves. Like, I literally sit on social media all the time and I scroll through and I look through, you know, other makeup artists doing people's makeup. And I'm just like, why is her neck not matching her face? Or why is her hand not matching her face? It's so many different things or so many different layers when it comes to that. But I, per se, for myself, like, I like to blend my foundation all the way down when I'm doing people's makeup. I don't care what color to their neck. Yeah.
So
like,
everything is even.
Everything is even.
Because we ain't just stop it right here because now it look crazy.
It's like, especially with working on television, sometimes like the lighting hits you in a certain angle, right?
Okay.
So you may appear darker or lighter or whatever the case is. So I feel like when you blend this shit all the way around, you ain't got there's no room for error if everything is blended all the way around the same color. But girls be trying it. And there is a such thing as too much makeup. Yeah, like, if I can look like I want to scratch it off your face, it's too much makeup. But I think that's the trend now. Like, I think there's trends, and I think
too much.
Yeah, like you don't watch the YouTube tutorials and the tutorials on Instagram, and they just be wilding like it's just pounds and pounds and layers of makeup. You don't see it come across your timeline.
I see them outside.
Well, there you go. There is such thing as too much makeup, ladies and gentlemen.
How important is it for you to have control over your business decisions, and how does this control contribute to your overall satisfaction?
It's important because I don't have like a team when it comes to like my business and the way that I conduct it. And I feel like if I set the rules, you know, it's my game. You know what I mean? Like it's my world. So I just think that it just makes sense for me to be in control of those things because it's like, who else is going to do it? You know what I mean?
Do you hire any makeup artists under you? Like if you're too busy?
Yes. So like I work with a couple of clients on television shows and things like that. So there's sometimes where I'm not available or I'm not able to make it. I will hire like people that I know that I trust to, you know, kind of step in and fill in my position for the moment and make sure that they're able to do the job correctly. So I do hire people to come in and help. So
did you think about building a team of makeup artists so you don't have to actually hire them? You just pay them standardly, like
yes and
salary?
No. So like all the people that I like give gigs to or I put onto gigs are like my friends. So my best friend, he actually did my makeup today. He's from DC. He drove up here yesterday. So he's one of the people that I throw my gigs to. My other best friend, she's like my older sister. I also throw my gigs to her. So it's all people that I know. So it's like it's close friends. So it's never like a money issue. It's always like, all right, do this for me, you know, and then they kind of like throw me something later on, you know. So it works out. Sense. Yeah.
Give and take. How has entrepreneurship helped you achieve your long-term goals?
I'm still working on that, to be honest.
Okay.
I think that especially like this year. So I just had a birthday last week. And
happy birthday.
Thank you.
Belated birthday.
Thank you. So I'm still working on that, to be honest. Like I love the journey that I'm on with becoming the artist that I always saw myself being.
Yes.
So I think that I'm still like on the verge of, you know, reaching those long-term goals, long-term goals. I don't think I've hit them yet. I've hit my short-term goals, getting on television, I just did Sesame Street in October.
Word? That's what's up.
And just imagine like growing up watching that and to actually being on the set with these characters.
What were you doing on the set?
I was doing makeup for a client, but I actually was,
I'm about to say, not for Big Bird.
No, not for Big Bird. No. My client was on the show, and it was amazing. It was like a full circle moment growing up watching this and something that molded my childhood and to be present for it. So things like that I never dreamed of, like that is a long-term goal for me would have been to like be present in TV shows that I never like or that I grew up watching. But I haven't hit my long-term goals yet. Like I'm working on that. It's
okay. What are some of your daily operational challenges that you face managing your business?
The DMs, Lord Jesus. Oh my God. The DMs are insane. Like you have people who literally hit you up and ask you how much you charge, and then you tell them how much you charge, then they disappear. You don't hear from them again. Yeah. Other challenges are like the last minute bookings. That is something that stresses me out.
Yeah. I need you now. I need you today.
Yeah, like
what?
You know what I mean? I had one celebrity literally DM me, or had her stylist DM me, and they needed me in the next hour. And I'm just like,
crazy.
Impossible. And then didn't want to pay the rate that I was charging
or
my travel. And then it's just like, I'm not even charging you a last minute fee. I'm charging you my regular fee. And it's a lot. So those are some challenges that I face, but I'm working on getting a booking site so I don't really have to communicate with anybody anymore. Yeah. If you're a regular of mine, of course, we could text and things of that nature, but like the new people who are trying to book and want the Daye Xperience, like I'm going to have a booking site because
booking site is a real good idea.
It is, but I also think that the reason why I've not had it is because I have a home studio. So I have a 2-bedroom and one of my rooms is my makeup studio. So it's like, I'm very selective about the energy that I welcome into my home. Okay. I'm very selective about the people that I do makeup on. And then also too, I feel like it takes away that interpersonal connection that you can build with someone through like having conversation. Like, i.e., for example, I just had someone who DM'd me based off of a photo that I posted that my photographers took for me. We had a whole conversation. Her birthday is a week after mine. And, we had this whole conversation about an hour about, what we wanted to do for our birthdays and all this stuff. And then she ended up booking me for her makeup literally the week after. And we weren't even talking about makeup, but she wouldn't have booked me for that makeup if I didn't have that conversation. It just takes away that, which kind of bothers me a little bit. Yeah. But then I also feel like if I do have a booking site, it gives me a peace of mind.
Okay. Yeah. Because everybody want to ask questions,
21 questions.
Can you share some of your financial challenges you've encountered, such as managing cash flow or securing funding?
Yikes. I'm broke right now. No, I'm joking. So cash flow. So with being a makeup artist, I'm going to be honest. Like I was telling you earlier, sometimes you up and then sometimes you're not. Yeah. And then working on television, I've been lucky enough to the shows that I've worked on, I get paid every week.
Okay, so that's great.
Yeah, it's amazing. There's sometimes people get on shows and their money is not it doesn't flow. All right. So like they'll get on a show and they won't get paid for like a net 30, net 45, net 60. Yeah. So you're waiting, almost 2 months for money.
I know about that from Marlins.
Yeah, it's insane. So it's like I've been lucky enough and fortunate enough to work on shows where I get my money literally the next week like a regular job.
That's good.
But I will say sometimes it gets hard managing your money because it's just like, this is coming from this work, but then this is coming from clients and then you got bills and it's really difficult. But I will say is sometimes you really have to sit down and look out your finances and put everything out. Like, okay, where can I cut costs? Where can I don't need to do this every month, or I can do this once a month, or, things of that nature. I'm big on like saving. Yeah. And that's one thing that I do. I save my money and I act like I don't have it. Like to this day, like my mom will ask me like, "Oh, let me see your savings card." No. I don't even know where it is. Like I literally cut it up. It doesn't even exist. Like I put money there, but I don't have access to it. Like it's not tangible right now. Like I can't pull out a card and swipe it.
So you don't have that, what do you call it? You don't have that balance where you can just stop yourself?
No, I'm either all in or all out. I don't play those games, so I don't even look at the card. Like it's money on there, but I don't even know what's on there, to be honest. And I've been saving. I've had that card with that bank for 6 years now. I don't even know what is on it.
How do you balance your personal life and the demands of running a business?
Turn my phone off. I turn my phone off. I'm going to be honest.
You told me earlier about this black business thing. When you turn your phone off.
No, at certain hours you have to cut your phone off because people
Personal
don't.
space.
There's no boundaries. Like nowadays, especially with social media, it doesn't allow. It tells you when people are online.
They'll call you on Instagram now. Like what?
So that is that is how I, just kind of like balance my life is I turn my phone off. Or now there's this feature on Instagram where you can put your phone on silent after a certain time, your Instagram notifications on silent. I already silenced it through my iPhone, but now they have it on there. Whereas the sleep mode where even if you're on, you won't get the notification, which is amazing. So that's the way that I balance it. It's just turning my phone off and creating those boundaries. Like I don't have business conversations past 10 o'clock. I'm sorry. My bedtime is at 9. I'm not having no conversations with you at 10 o'clock about no makeup, nothing. It just is like, would you want me to hit you up at 10 o'clock at night asking you random questions about your business and what you're doing? The businesses are closed 9 to 5. I'm going to give you till 10, but it's 9 to 5.
How important is adaptability in your business? And how do you stay ahead of the constant changing environment?
Adaptability is very important. Reason being is because you may run into a client who likes this, and then you may run into a client that likes that. I will say when I first started doing makeup, I was stuck in my ways about how I did makeup and how I conducted business. And then when I got on television, I had to quickly understand that every client is different and everything doesn't work for everyone. I'm a strong believer in you can make things work for everyone, but that's not the way that it was designed. So that was super important and crucial to my career and where I am now is learning how to adapt in situations. Now, what was the second question?
It was the constant change in environment.
Okay, so the constant change in environment, how do I deal with that? Do you mean like in regarding?
Because you go on TV, you do it at home, you travel also, right? Yeah, how do you adjust to that? Do you have a bag automatically, like you grab everything already?
Right,
Or
so I do have
everything?
a kit that is packed for like let's say right now somebody calls me, they want me to do their makeup at 10 o'clock. My kit is packed for me to grab and go.
Okay.
So I do have one kit for that, but then I also have my personal kit that stays at home that I may travel with from time to time because I have a majority of my products in there. So it just depends on like what the situation is, but I will say it is difficult to manage that sometimes, especially like going to different cities, having your own personal life and having your clients in New York. So like there's times when I'm in Atlanta working and I'm getting called from like 3-4 people like, hey, I need my makeup done this weekend. I'm just like, damn sis, I'm not gonna be there. You know what I mean? But I think also too, like I just wish sometimes people were a little bit mindful of like scheduling in advance. Like me, I'm the type of person that do everything in advance. Like if I know that I need to be here this time, let me book my haircut appointment, let me book my nail appointment, let me make sure that I pick up my dry cleaning on this day. But I think that came with maturity. I think everybody just is so like last minute with stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people like that, but it's normal.
Yeah,
it's normal, especially in today's, and
But I wish people would unnormalize that because it's like I think if you plan ahead, because granted there are times where things are going to happen that you can't control.
Though that's the thing about planning ahead.
Yes,
that's
things change.
But
but back to your situation about adapting. Why people can't adapt? Things change, you adapt, you move with the change, but you have to set some type of foundation. With it at first, like you have to set some type of foundation.
That's a fact.
And I think that's what's wrong with people. Nobody's setting a foundation. Like, all right, cool. If I know I have this gig tomorrow, why am I laying in bed and my stuff not ready yet? I'm gonna wait till the morning time to get up at 5 a.m. and run around and get everything together. No, I could literally gain an hour extra of sleep if I did everything the night before. If I
won't be sweating leaving out the room because you ain't rushing nowhere.
Right. And I'm guilty of that sometimes. There's times where I'm lazy and I'm just like I had a gig last week Wednesday with Essence magazine, and it was a collaboration with Essence magazine and Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels liquor.
And I'm not gonna hold you. I woke up that morning and I sanitized my whole kit. I cleaned all my brushes and all that stuff, and I was sweating running out the door. I was on time, but if I did that the night before, like I'm guilty of it sometimes. But I feel like a lot of times I run into clients who are just like so last minute, like, oh, I need a makeup artist in the next hour, and I'm just like, girl, what you want me to do?
Work a miracle.
No, I ain't God. Praise him, but I ain't God.
So how do you stay competitive and keep up with the industry trends?
I don't stay competitive. I said this on the last podcast that I was on. It's no disrespect to other makeup artists or anybody in my industry, but I don't see anybody. And that's not a disrespectful or I don't want to come across as arrogant or mean. I just don't. Like, I worry about what's in front of me and what I can do and what I can bring into the industry. I think that a lot of times people are worried about what's going on side by side, and it's just like,
this shit is all fucked up.
And it messes you up. It plays with your, it messes with your mental. It makes you a little bit insecure about where you are in your career. Because I feel like at times people look at like, oh damn, if I'm 30 this, I should be here because this person is here.
Yeah. And
it's like 9 times out of 10 it shouldn't be that way. You should literally stay in your lane.
Yes.
Create your own lane, stay in your lane, and you just drive through and cruise in that lane until you get where you need to go.
But it ain't that just that easy. Sometimes you look at your competition just because you like, let me see what they doing. Let me see if they doing a little bit more. I don't know why, but it's just like they standardize their life off somebody else's, which is crazy.
And the crazy thing is the people that you are looking up to and the people that you're watching are probably doing worse. And a lot of times people get on social media and they take it for face value. A lot of these people are borrowing clothes. A lot of these people are editing their photos, and you think that they look like this in real life, and you meet them in the person in the flesh, and you're just like, wow, this is really a catfish. So you're literally looking at this person idolizing all of these things that you think they have, and they are far off worse than you are.
How do you manage the stress and avoid burnout as a business owner?
I'm really bad with stress. So I can't even, like, I'm working on that now. I feel like I'm telling you, like, I'm a work in progress because I be letting things stress me out so bad. Like when I was on my way here late, I'm just like, oh my God, like I'm in the car panicking.
So what about working out? That don't help you with the stress?
No, working out does not help me with the stress. Workout is literally just like no, it doesn't. I'm being honest, like,
it's just more pain for you?
No, it's not more pain. I played football my entire life, so I'm accustomed to working out. So it's kind of like something that is embedded in me. It's not something that I do. Like, people are like, okay, well, do you do it for this? Do you do it for that? No, it's literally, I've been playing sports since I was 13 years old. So it's just like, it's something that I've accustomed to doing. Like, I get up every day at 4 o'clock in the morning, go to the gym at 5 every day. So, and yeah, it doesn't help me relieve stress. I think that I'm a stress eater.
What about therapy? Did you ever try therapy?
So I was in therapy during COVID, and it was amazing. My insurance changed, so the price of therapy went up a little bit. So, I did not, go back to doing it. But it's something that I want to revisit again because I think that just growing up Black, gay, in Brooklyn, it's so many things that I've been through in my life that I think that would be just pivotal to like my growth. So something that I will revisit eventually, but therapy is expensive. How
important is having a support system, both personally and professionally?
It's very important. So like my friends that support me in my day to day, and then my friends that support me in my career are the same friends. And it's super important to have that because I feel like it makes you go a little bit harder. Like, when you were making the comment about like competition and stuff like that, I go as hard as I do with my content and the things that I do in my regular life and maintaining both of them separately because I know that I have younger siblings. I have older siblings that are not, I wouldn't say depending on me, but they are, how do I put this? They are rooting for me. So I know like I really gotta like,
they look up to you.
They look up to me in a sense, and they value what it is that I bring to like makeup and then what I bring to like my regular life, my content, all of those things. So I feel like I'm doing it for them more so than anything. Like I'm pushing because they see the, they see the end goal, they see the vision. Yeah. So
how many brothers and sisters do you have?
Child. So Vladimir, Tyrone, Fitz, Anthony.
And are you the oldest?
No, I am the middle child, unfortunately. So it's about 7 of us.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm the middle child. Like I'm smack dead in the middle.
That's crazy.
You can't tell? Middle child syndrome?
Have you had any mentors or role models that guided you on the way to your Daye Xperience?
Yeah.
Besides your sister, because we just talked about this.
She's gonna be my number. She's like top one, and then my best friend, who's like my brother, who does my makeup on the regular. He's like another one that I like. Anytime I'm having insecurities about like my artistry or like where I am in my career, those are the people that I kind of like turn to and speak to in regard to like just like my career in general.
Is it your older sister?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Have they guided you on your entrepreneur journey?
For sure. I think
so
only
it wasn't
reason,
for them, you wouldn't be.
No. If it wasn't for them being in my life, I don't think I would have taken a leap of faith and quit my jobs and worked for myself full time. It's not something that I had the backbone to do at the time. I think that having their support is the reason why I was able to kind of like,
Do they do makeup full time?
Yes. Well, so my older sister does not do makeup full time. She works a regular 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and then she does makeup on the weekends. She also has a home studio. My best friend, he does makeup full time as well.
Okay. So he did it full time first, and then you did it, or y'all just said we're gonna do makeup. This is what we're gonna do.
Yeah, it was kind of like that because he kind of like bounced back and forth. He had regular jobs during COVID, and then went back into makeup. So he kind of like bounced back and forth between it. But I think that I was the first one to kind of like quit everything and full-fledged into makeup.
Did you ever think about like renting a studio out like somewhere else besides your home, so you don't have to have that insecurity thing security about having people come to your home? You never know what's going on with that.
So I'm gonna be honest. At first I did, but I thought about it. Like, it's just like all this money that I would be paying to rent the space, and I have this empty room in my apartment. Why not turn it into a studio where I can do makeup? But then I'm also too, like, when it comes to like booking me and doing makeup, I'm very selective about the people that I interact with, and because you got to think about it, I'm spending an hour and 30 minutes in someone's face, in their personal space, and we're talking, we're having conversation. Sometimes they leave you with all that, whatever they've been going through for the day. So I'm very selective about the people that I do makeup on in the first place. So I think what better than to have
everybody can't just book you.
No, that's why I don't have a booking site. You literally have to DM
go
me.
Through you, okay.
Yeah, you have to go through me because I get on the phone with you. We chit chat for a little bit. I'm gonna be honest. There's times where I've interacted with people who didn't make me feel comfortable via phone, and I'll call them back and let them know, like, hey, I'll give you a call back tomorrow. I just need to check a couple of things with my schedule, and I tell them that, hey, I'm not available because of the way the interaction went. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do something I love and be stressed about it in the same moment. So if I feel like you're going to stress me out or you're going to make me feel uncomfortable while doing your makeup, I won't do it.
So all money ain't good money.
No,
so you're not just saying yes to everybody.
No, absolutely. And I could be broke as a joke, but if it doesn't align with, the way that I do makeup, my artistry, and, just my beliefs, I don't want to engage in it.
So you selective also.
Yeah, for sure.
So before we started the podcast, we was talking about certain businesses and how they adjust to certain things. Why you just don't adjust to it? Just say, oh, I bet since they like this, we could just book. We'll go to the studio here and just charge them a little bit more.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I'd rather not give you a service than to give you the service and not give you 110% of me.
Okay. Because
I feel like that's super important when you're running a business in general. If you cannot give a customer 110%, there's no reason why you should do it. There's no reason why you should do it. Because now I've compromised who I am to give you a service. You possibly may leave me a bad review. You possibly may never come back. So now I did this for what? For a one-time gig? Like, what was the purpose? The purpose of dealing with individuals and providing services is to build a clientele. So now that you didn't build a clientele with this one person because you didn't give them 110%, what was the purpose? What was the reason? For what, $100 or however much you charge for whatever it is? It's just like, we got to get better with that. Not all money is good money. And I am a strong believer in if I cannot give you 110%, I don't want to do it. I've had moments where people call me to do weddings and it's 12 people and I'm like, I personally cannot do 12 people myself. I have to bring someone else, and they will get into an argument with me about like, no, we want you to do the 12 people. We don't want you to, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, I can't do 12 people. Successfully, I'm going to be honest, I can do probably 8 people and do an amazing job. 110%.
That's the most you ever did? Most people ever did it for an event?
For an event, 8 people.
8 people?
But after 8, that
risk,
yeah.
How long it takes to do like a
So
somebody's makeup.
a standard makeover, like if I've done your makeup before,
Yeah.
if I'm not talking to you and we're not having a conversation, I could get you done in 45 minutes. But like when I do Tiffany's makeup, we chit chat, we're arguing, we're recording content. So we would sit down there for almost 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah,
Jesus.
easily 2 hours sometimes. Sometimes we gotta rush and finish the makeup on set, but it just depends. But if it's like a wedding and it's a simple like makeover, or like basically if it's a wedding makeup and everybody's getting the same makeup, I'm not pulling out extra things. 45 minutes, I could get it done in 45 minutes, easy.
That's
but
good.
like when it's, you know, a little bit more intricate and I gotta cater it to each different person, maybe an hour and 15 minutes, maybe an hour and 30. It just depends, you know, like skin type, skin tone, all of those things.
Can I ask you something? What is it about the blush? Why a lot of females wear the red right here? It don't look good on everybody.
It doesn't, but that's the problem. People need to know what looks good. And also, people
drives me nuts, yo.
People don't have real friends.
Cheeks just look red. That's it.
Yeah, people don't have real friends. That's the thing. I was on. It was so crazy. I was on somebody's page the other day, and really, really beautiful girl, but her foundation and her neck were 3 different colors. She had the color in between her creases of her neck.
Yeah.
Then she had her actual neck and then her face. And I'm just like, and all her friends are under the comment like, yes, bitch, you ate that. You look so good. And I'm just looking and I'm just like,
Lying.
what is going on? But people are not honest with people anymore. If my friend puts on something that I do not like, I'm like, friend, I don't think you should wear that. You know what I mean? I think that I'd rather tell you than someone else tell you, and then your feelings are hurt.
Depends
you
on
know?
how you say it too.
Oh, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Because I've learned you could call somebody a bitch 3 different ways.
Yeah.
But if you say it nice enough, they probably not going to feel no type of way. You know what I mean? It just depends on how you say it.
What advice or insight would you offer individuals considering entrepreneurship, especially in the beauty industry? What's your top 3 things?
So top 3, for one, I would say stay in your own lane, create your own lane, and stay in that lane. Vacation there, live there, all of those things, because that is going to set you apart from everyone else when you're able to create a lane for yourself and not worry about what everybody else is doing. Second would be save your money. I know we see a lot of people out here in Balenciaga this, Fendi this, all of this stuff. Save your money, because there's going to be those rainy days as an entrepreneur where you're just like, damn, where am I going to get the next dollar from work? I need a client right now. I need 4 or 5 clients right now to pay my rent. Save your money.
Now you're bending backwards because shit
now
you
you're
don't
doing
do,
things.
Now you're doing
Exactly. You're doing things that you normally wouldn't do because you want to survive. So I would say most definitely number 2 is save your money. Number 3 is invest in your craft and invest in yourself. I think a lot of people don't take the time to invest in themselves. Like they fill everybody else's cup, but they're not filling their own. They're not investing into themselves because you can't pour from an empty cup.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Daye Xperience, for sharing your value insights with us. Remember to take these lessons to heart as you navigate your own entrepreneurial journey. Tune in next time for more inspiring stories from dope individuals. Perfect. Cool. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Of course, bro.
Nice, sweet, and fast, right? Like
it was quick because the last one they dragged it. It was an hour, and I'm just like, girl, I want to go.
Every story helps us go from zero to hero on the ground.